Welcome back. Kind of makes me feel weird. It's not going to be the last time I'll say that, but welcome back. It's me again. This is kind of a weird episode. I usually talk about technology, but I'm going to keep this one as unedited as I can. It's going to be a bit of rambling. I can't lie about that, but this one's a bit different. This is actually going to be my last episode of season 1. And it's just about my experience with Saggio. As soon as I started this project, I immediately knew that would be my last episode for this semester and possibly ever. But there's new things coming. It's really weird. But yeah, it's funny because most people think when I push these videos and these podcasts out that I kind of just am very organized with talking. The funny part is I'm not. I edit out, coughs, sneezes, phones going off on accident, me taking a drink of something, me saying something weird. There's sometimes I'll even say something 3 times in a row and you can't even tell. It's insane. It is insane how these podcasts work. But today is a very special day for me. I've been really excited to record this episode just because it is dealing with me personally. I haven't really been able to talk about myself on this podcast, and I want you guys to kind of get to know me and this internship experience in case you're interested in something like this. Okay, so let's start it from the beginning. It was May of 2022-ish. I don't remember the exact dates, but May of 2022. Where was I? Well, funny enough, I was working at Best Buy. And I was getting farther into my college career. I was a junior, about to be a senior. I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew the degree I was going into, which is digital media production, which is like film production for me, was the step I wanted to take. But I really wasn't sure if that was all I wanted to do. So it came time for me to look for an internship for the fall semester because I knew I was taking summer, but I had to find my fall semester. And I went on Handshake and I saw social media content creator for Saggio. And I was like, at first, I didn't call it that. I called it Saggio. I'm going to be honest. I had no idea of how to say it. Now I do. Hopefully. Now I do. And I was like, you know what? I'll just apply for it. It looks fun. I really don't have social media experience, but what the heck? My mom always says, if you don't try something, how do you know if you'll fail? And I take that with every single thing I do, every relationship I make, every job I apply for. If I don't try, how do I know that I won't get it? And it helps with not being as disappointed if you don't get it. That's the best part, is you kind of, you're not expecting to fail, but if you do, it's okay. You pick yourself back up and you go forward. But nevertheless, sorry, that was a little tangent. So I applied for it. I would say 2 to 3 weeks went by and I get an email. And they're like, hey, we want to interview with you. And I was like, oh, crap. Oh, boy. Not in a bad way. I was just in a nervous way. I'm a very nervous person. It's lots of fun. But I was like, okay, I can do this. So I got into an interview and I'll be honest, I was not ready for the interview. I talked to Dan, and Dan is an awesome dude, but I don't think I was mentally prepared because I really haven't dealt with anything in social media. So I was like, what the heck do I even say? What do I do? I'm a video creator. I'm a video editor. I've never dealt really with social media. So I was kind of going in blind. But I did the interview, and then afterwards I was like, okay, I don't know about this. I don't know if I impressed him. I don't know. Very odd. So the interview ended, and I was like, okay, let's see if I hear anything back. Let's go ahead. And then about maybe 2 weeks later, I got a message, and he said, I'd love to welcome you on. And I was like, what? And it really not scared me, but I was like, oh crap, I'm really doing this. And I was like, wow, I am excited for this internship, but oh, what am I gonna like do? Like, is this kind of a path I want to go towards? Do I want to do social media? So let's fast forward. It is now August of 2022. I start my first day, and I'm like, okay, I'm meeting some people. I'm like, this is good. And, bring out those Photoshop skills. Not the best, but they're there. And I kind of just have fun with it. And I create content that kind of centers around technology. And I didn't really know what direction I want to go towards, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to do what feels right. And it was right, which is good. And I'm glad it was right, because if it wasn't, I'd be like, oh, well, what do I do now? But it's just amazing, because it was just such an easygoing experience, and I didn't feel intimidated at all during it. And then the best part is a couple weeks into the internship, Dan was like, okay, we have this little file. It's called Quest Ideas. I want you guys to see if you want to do any of the ideas and let me know. So I look in the folder and I see this cute little word and it says podcast. And I'm like, I've always wanted to do a podcast. I've always been so intrigued of doing a podcast that I was like, okay, let's do it. So I tell him about it and I'm like, hey, I see podcast is an option. Can I do it? And he's like, of course you can. Just start going. And it was a little scary at first, because I was like, okay, I've never really done anything like this. I know how to edit audio. I've had a lot of experience with that, but not with a podcast. And thank goodness that my university had a podcast studio, which I'm actually recording in as we speak, because that has been it's been a savior for me, especially for that. But I had a plan, and I didn't realize the planning of just doing this project was the thing that took the longest. It took a couple weeks, actually, just because I usually meet 2 days, and it was interesting. And I was like, okay, I think I'm really going to do this. And I recorded the first episode. I actually, funny enough, we did a test and I recorded on my phone, and Dan's like, I love it. Go with it. And so I'd gone to the studio, I recorded it, and now we're here. And I've had so much fun with it. This has just been an amazing experience, and that's not being biased. I mean, I've always wanted to do a podcast. I love listening to podcasts. I know there's plenty of them out there, but having one that I've done by myself and I can look back on and see, it just makes me proud. And it really shows like the growth of it. Really makes me proud to see how far it's come, just from a simple word on a document to now where we are. I am just very grateful that I've had the experience for this, and I am grateful for the future of continuing on. And I've just been very grateful for the experience, and it's just been a very fun, easygoing, just freeing experience for an internship, because internships have always sounded terrifying to me. But now knowing of how fun it can be has really encouraged me to stick with social media. Okay, that went really fast. Wow, I explained that faster than I thought I would. I'm not even going to lie. But here we are. I'm going to do a couple fun facts. I really hope you can hear the wheel spin. This is actually how I do it every single time. So let's hope this works. Let's see. Oh, absolutely. You can hear that. It's a tad bit annoying, so I'm going to mute the last part because it's really bad. Just listen to it. That's horrible. I'm sorry. Okay. It shows number 5. What's number 5? Have I done number 5 is the question. I have not. Okay, number 5. Number 5 is about 350,000 new viruses and hostile programs emerge daily. That is crazy. That is quite interesting because who makes them? Who releases them? Like, I just want to know, like, are there companies, like secret companies that do this? Are there just individual people, a group of people? Like, it's insane. That many daily? I know that it might be a little easy, but that's just crazy to me. Let's pick another fun fact. Let's see. I'll spin it. I'll make the thing make a sound again. So entertaining. All right, mute that. Sorry. It even annoys me. I have to mute it every time. Let's see. Okay, I have not done this fun fact. It's also a name, so we're going to figure out if I say this correct. Doug Engelbart. Hold on. Let me look that up. How do you pronounce that?
Douglas Engelbart.
Oh, it's not even close. Oh! Ah! Okay. I told you, not everything's smooth. Okay. Doug Engelbart invented the first computer mouse. You know, actually, funny enough that I'm ending the podcast with this. When I first started the internship and I was like, what do I do for social media ideas? I was like, let me do a fun fact. This was actually one of the fun facts I pulled. So I actually know this one. That is crazy. It makes me a little sentimental because, like, how crazy is it that I got that fun fact on the last episode of the podcast? I mean, it's insane. To me, at least. We're going to end off with a good one. And that is, this is out of context. I'm not even joking. I don't even know what this is. Google hires goats. That's all it says. I'm going to read the paragraph that it comes with because even I'm confused. In an effort to reduce carbon emissions, Google signed a contract with the goat herding company California Grazing, in 2009. Since then, every year, a herd of 200 goats munches on the grass and bushes growing outside of the Mountain View headquarters. It turns out to be no more expensive than hiring lawnmowers, but much more plant. That is crazy. That's kind of cool, though. Like, eco-friendly, and you get to hang out with the goats. I don't know. I'm down for it. I'd hang out with goats. They eat my grass and clean my yard. I don't know. It'd be fun. Okay. This is kind of a sad send-off. I'm a little sad. It's weird though because this is the last episode. I am excited for the future and where it takes us. But it's just weird because I feel like I just started this podcast, but I'm already how many episodes in? Like, I don't know. It makes me a little sad, but I'm excited. I'm excited for the future, and I hope you are too. And I hope you still listen to this podcast, even if let's say you're done with the internship, or because I know some interns listen to this, or if you're just listening to it daily. I really hope that when the podcast reemerges at some point, I am excited to see where it goes. But other than that, last things I gotta say is I love you. I love this podcast, and I am so grateful for this opportunity. And I hope that you tune in next time, and I will catch you later. Bye.